That the front page of the Chattanooga Times Free Press. The mayor calling yesterday's shooting a nightmare for our city. A gunman killing 4 Marines and injuring 3 other people before being shot dead by police. One of the Marines killed in the Chattanooga attack is Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Sullivan. We are awaiting the names of the other victims. And joining us now, Tennessee Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. It's good to see you. Your thoughts about this? This is your state.
The state is in shock. There is so much sadness over this and really just a disbelief that in a regular average American city on a summer day that this would occur.
You know, recently ISIS urged its supporters to carry out attacks on Americans during Ramadan, which ends, by the way, this weekend. Yet the Pentagon now is saying they did absolutely nothing to order increased security at those locations. Is that a mistake by the Pentagon? Well,
hindsight is always going to be 20/20 and saying maybe we should have done this, that, or the other. I think the more important question to ask is what is the strategy that our nation is going to have with dealing with this online radicalization?
Right.
And the president has the ability to develop a strategy to work with Homeland Security, with Intel, with our House committees, and bring something forward.
Civil libertarians always cry foul about intruding on that.
Well, but Greg, look at this. There's a lot posted in the public domain.
Right.
And we have the blog now. The young man was posting the tweet that went out yesterday. And there needs to be a strategy in dealing with this online radicalization.
Right. It keeps happening again and again. Yeah. Shootings at military facilities, the recruiting center in Little Rock, the Navy Yard in Washington, of course, the Fort Hood massacre. And in fact, I put together a list here. I'll hand you my list. In the last 19 years, 21 shootings at military installations in the United States. Yesterday was the 21st. The president has the ability, with a wave of a pen, to sign an order that says these individuals, Marines yesterday, are allowed to be armed to defend themselves and others. But he hasn't done it.
Well, the president has not done that, but then I think this is a discussion for the Joint Chiefs and for them to come forward with recommendations, and the president should enlist
Why
them.
wait? He's the commander-in-chief.
I know that. But
he's in charge of making sure that our military personnel and all Americans are safe.
That's exactly right. And the president should be listening to his Joint Chiefs, and he should be listening to the commanders and make a decision. The recruiting offices are not places where they have ever armed. They've welcomed young men and women to enter those doors and to seek a career in military service. What happened yesterday is absolutely so horrific. It's one of those things that most people say, I never would have imagined something like this would happen, and you just don't envision something like this.
Do you have any reservation in calling this a terrorist attack?
You know, I don't. I think that you look at what happened yesterday. Immediately the FBI was in. They took control of that investigation, domestic terrorism, as they were saying yesterday. I think the concern is there for what this may lead to. I'm not fond of the lone wolf term. I think that when you have this online radicalization in sleeper cells around the country, that citizen vigilance is an imperative.
All right. Representative Marsha Blackburn, I know this has been tough on your constituents, on you and everybody in Tennessee, and indeed all Americans. It's so tragic to see this happen.
Yes,
Thank you for taking the time.